Man, I haven't done that in so long. As far as I remember anything. Do you know how easy it is for me to forget habits the second I no longer use them long enough?
Yeah, I do actually. Considering that, I asked you if you could do the dishes the other day in the studio, and you literally looked at me and went, "I don't know how to do that."
Listen, man, my brain has a certain hierarchy of like essential tasks or skills that I can and cannot maintain for the rest of my life. So like I have fine dining, breathing, and remembering my name. Those are the top 3 slots.
Right.
I'll never forget those 3. Anything else I have to remember is all situational. If I don't use it, useless knowledge, throw it out. It's taking up too much RAM in my brain. All right.
Okay, so immediate question, follow up. Does that mean that if you currently don't remember how to stand up and walk around? Because I bet you could do that right now on command if I asked you to.
I mean, I stumble sometimes, but I mean, if I if I was bedridden for too many days, I might need an occupational therapist to help me remember.
What are we talking about?
So now you're doubling down on your statement by saying that all it would take is a couple of days being forced to have bed rest, and you'd be like, wait a minute, I don't think I know how to do anything.
I would
anymore.
lose my sea legs, bro. It'd be crazy.
Your sea legs? You mean your land legs? Your land legs, actually. Brother. I don't think the sea has nothing to do with this equation. In fact,
no. What is the land but solidified sea? Am I right?
Exactly. I mean, lava is really ocean, just hot. And that's a form of land.
No. No.
I love how just the default state of being when Justin thinks is how I feel like people who smoke feel when they just think about things too hard. This is what I imagine people who get high think about. But this is just Justin's natural state of being.
Yeah.
See, it makes sense if we just don't think about it, all right? People have to get high to overthink. I just underthink all the time. It's kind of nice.
That's my secret, Captain. I always underthink.
I'm just thinking.
That's just how my brain works. You wouldn't understand.
You would not understand.
Oh my God. Yeah, Justin, I appreciate that. I appreciate you, keeping me abreast of how your mind works at all given hours of the day. It's hard to keep up with you sometimes. Hey, how you doing though? It's good to have you back.
It's been a long time. Good to be back though. New year, new me, allegedly. We are still working out the kinks and the resolutions for 2025, but
yeah, maybe we could bump up that memory bank to 4 things.
It was never at 4, Christian. It was always at 3.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm saying it's time for an upgrade, baby. 28 years. Time for an update.
I feel as though if your 3 things that you commit to your memory are breathing, your name, and fine dining, one of these things is not like the other. I do think that you could
who really needs a name?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's kind of what I was getting
at.
That's
what name tags are for, right?
Say that again?
That's what name tags are for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't have to be mine. I just go to work and someone just needs a name to call me.
Oh, also, Justin, since you had such good fine dining skills, I completely forgot. Do you know the name of the little fork that you put at the top of the plate that we use for desserts and whatnot? Do you know what it's called? I forget the name.
Yeah, it's called an accoutrement.
I'm sorry, what is that true? Wait a minute, I thought I was hitting you with the right hook. What the fuck?
Fine dining and breathing, baby. You can't cross up the fine dining etiquette. Seared into my brain.
There's no way. Hold on. I gotta look this up now. Fork for dessert. I'm looking this up right now. Okay.
I can't believe you fact checked me like that's crazy. It's like you don't even trust me.
No, of course I don't fucking trust you. You just said fucking bullshit. Like, are you kidding me? Of course I know you're fucking lying to me. Hold on one sec. I gotta make sure.
Lying is a strong word. I could easily mix up my information. There's a lot of stuff going on in this brain of mine.
I'm finding the forks, but I don't see a single name. Like, what do you call these fucking things?
You just gotta be part of the industry to know, bro, Brendan.
Shut the fuck up. Hold on, hang on. Name for dessert fork. Hold on. That's I need to look my thing up. Name for dessert fork.
What an awful tangent.
No, this is the best hand. Okay, you just call it a cake fork or a pastry fork. It doesn't have a specific.
That's just Americans call it, bro.
You were on to me. You fucked my head up for a second.
Bro, bamboozled.
You did have my brain all kinds of fucking fried for about 5 seconds.
More than I would have thought.
For fuck's sake. What did you call it? Dessert de mall? Did you just call it dessert mall?
I just made up an allegedly French word in my brain.
I mean, you didn't make up a word that has a meaning. I don't know what it is, but
accoutrement. I don't think it does.
No, it definitely does.
I don't. Oh well. Okay. How about accoutrement? What does this mean? Okay, this is literally it. What does it mean? Hold on. Accoutrement. Translation. How about that? Translate English. Including a piece of clothing or equipment used for a specific activity or place. For example, the accoutrement of a professional gymnast might use a belt. Wait a minute. Hold on. He might have inadvertently answered the question correctly.
Bro, I told you.
It's very specific fucking for a very specific purpose.
Oh, shit. Well, he almost did it.
I hold up my brain. I'm out. I can't do this anymore.
Oh my god!
I knocked him out of Discord.
He has left the Discord. Everybody, Brendan is gone. Oh, there he is.
I'm back again.
Also, for the audience at home, none of that was scripted.
No, absolutely none of it. I love living minute to minute where I get to call Justin out on his attempts to ad lib so that I can claim bullshit. But today on this day, I am the dunce in this equation, and you know what? Maybe I always was. Maybe that's the real secret of this entire shebang is that I've always been the idiot.
This is what Justin's been doing for the last couple of weeks while he hasn't been here. He's been gathering looking up accoutrement.
Random fucking accoutrement. He's been gathering accoutrement to fucking beat the fuck out of me with. I'm just kidding. Anyway,
I have a very particular set of skills.
How you doing, buddy? You want to do the summary or something? I think it's time we start talking about this fucking anime already.
Hello and welcome back to a whole new season of One Piece of the Lime. We have some returning faces, like yours truly, as well as the likes of Panda Man making an appearance on episode 812. This week, our Straw Hat crew is feeling the heat on all fronts, courtesy of the Big Mom Pirates. Luffy and Nami find themselves living a massive cliche after being captured. Things look rather bleak for them, as Big Mom gloats, but Luffy refuses to stay down. Elsewhere, we have Brook and Pedro caught in between a rock and a hard place as they try to steal some poneglyphs. But when the going got tough, these two got tougher. With the power of soul, anything is possible, baby. Over in Mirror World, Carrot turns a clutch situation around. Our episodes end with putting Ping our two prisoners to visit, informing them that Sanji has genuinely proposed. How does this affect the Sanji Retrieval Arc? Will we finally let Sanji go be the best husband we know he can be? Do we stay the course but also have Pudding join the crew? Stay tuned to hear our thoughts.
Also, why did you have to mention that we saw Panda Man in the summary? Maybe why couldn't we just
because someone else needs to return besides me, all right? I'm not the main draw here, but you know who's a draw? Panda Man's a draw. I got to sell tickets.
It is a draw. And I mean, probably one of the most hidden, just out there Panda Men.
Yeah, literally in your face Panda Man of all time. He was just a goon in Big Mom's army this set of episodes.
Is Panda Man a homie?
Oh my god.
I think that's sort of what the anime was going for in this particular episode when they showed Panda Man. They were just like, "Oh yeah, look, guys, it's a panda homie. It's just another one of Big Mom's cronies." But you know, the rest of the audience is like, I see. I know what you're doing there, animators. You can't get a fast one on me.
Yeah,
I'm too smart.
I see those heart nipples.
I see those fucking heart nipples.
I recognize them anywhere.
It's been a minute. I feel like the last time we saw Panda Man was like deep into Dressrosa, like towards like the beginning, if anything.
Definitely somewhat true. I feel like it's been, I don't know, 40 or 50 episodes since we've seen him at minimum.
Yeah, at minimum for sure.
If
you told me it was 100 episodes, I'd believe you.
They're getting sparse with it. I don't like it.
But hey, Justin, it's been a couple of weeks. How you doing, buddy? Do you wanna talk about any hard pressing issues or big topics before we move on to the effects of this week, or are you just kind of like, are you just vibing? How you doing?
Thoughts and prayers to all the people suffering from wildfires in California. We wish you the best of luck and hope you get access to resources you desperately need.
Okay, well, that wasn't really what I asked, but thank you for that.
Screw your mayor for defunding the fire department.
Also screw your local constituents for voting against forced slave labor from prisoners in your state to fight fires for like $2 an hour.
Am I having a fever dream? Is this Panda View or is this a One Piece?
Yes and yes. For those who don't know, okay. We are legally allowed to use prisoners as labor in this country. We have to pay them, but we pay them like pennies and $2 an hour sometimes. If you live in Alabama, half your fast food workers are prisoners. They go in, clock in, make $2 an hour, probably not even that much, go back to prison. In California, they are mostly firefighters. So those are the people helping, trying to keep that situation under control. And what's really fucked up about that situation is if they ever get released, they are not allowed to become actual firefighters upon release, which is sickening. Anyway, One Piece. I am a little bit behind on episodes.
Right.
So, by the way, you guys, your podcast, the 2 episodes you guys are doing, fantastic. I feel so informed as a listener / non-viewer. Shout out to our new OP. Hope, I think is what it's called. That's pretty cool.
It is called Hope.
Gang. All my homies love Hope.
Most homies do like Hope. I would be very surprised if they did.
And you know what? I do have something else important to say. I'll even say more important to say.
Okay.
Dare I say more important? So last week, I believe, I could be wrong, but some type of time ago, Sanji and Luffy got into a quote unquote duel. As the two confronted each other, and Sanji had to make the hard decision of going back to his crew or ensuring the safety of Zeph and the Baratier over in the East Blue. And I just gotta say, I think, I forgot who asked this question between the two of you, but one of you had proposed that Sanji had made the wrong decision, and the other one pushed back on the idea a little bit. I'm here to double down. He absolutely made the wrong decision. All right, you don't do that to your captain, bro. All right, if Zoro were here, bro, he would kill Sanji, all right?
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right, well.
A, he wouldn't, and B, why you
Nah, bro, he would kill Sanji,
like,
bro. There ain't no way my man Zoro's standing for this nonsense, bro.
You're an animal.
Remember that time that Zoro literally stood with Luffy while they got their ass kicked when talking to Bellamy?
That was different, bro. He was under orders.
Right. And Luffy would have been like, no, I'm doing this with Sanji. Also, Zoro didn't step in when there was a fight between Luffy and Usopp. Why is he stepping in now?
That was also different.
What made it different?
Luffy gave him the fair 1v1. Luffy fought back. Luffy didn't fight back in this one.
Luffy wasn't tied to a chair and made to not fight back. He's willingly choosing to not fight back.
Zoro wouldn't stand for this, bro.
You're crazy. Zoro would be like, this is Luffy. This is Luffy's fight. If he wants to get the shit beaten out of him, he'll get the shit beaten out of him.
When it comes to a stupid cook, it's different, bro. All right?
He may not like it, but Zoro would absolutely stand there and watch Luffy get punched.
Nah, bro, Sanji knew better. He knew what he was doing.
What are you talking about?
I said what I said.
Don't understand about fucking Zoro fanboys is they just write whatever version of Zoro they want that fits their agenda in the moment to moment. He never does any wrong when he's on screen.
Do you think,
and when he's
the
not
reason
on
Zoro
screen,
is the main homie is because Zoro would never betray the main homie Luffy.
You're
right?
wrong.
He respects his man. All right,
You're wrong.
He always respects the man.
You're wrong.
Only the man. No one else.
If
men
he was
only.
in Sanji's position and Kuina was the one with her life being threatened and she was alive, he would make the same decision.
Nah, bro. Nope.
You're crazy.
Nah, bro.
we
can come back to this later on.
No, we won't.
No, we're staying right here on it right now because I ain't going back to the fight.
Yeah,
okay,
you go back to what? If you got something more to say about this, say it now.
Listen, I'm just saying, we can spread the argument throughout the episode. Let's not front load it.
I don't want to. I don't want to come back to this.
As a matter of fact, that won't be happening. We will be talking about this now, and
if you got something else to say it now. Because if you try to bring it up later, I'm moving on. You're not going to get to say it.
I said what I said, bro. I said
all
what
right,
I
cool.
said.
Okay, then we move on. Okay, with that fucking wild take aside,
Jesus.
Okay, I guess that's the only thing we're talking about. That brings us into the current set of episodes. I hope everyone had a decent watch this week.
Bro, okay, hold on. Now that we're back on the main topic, bro, Smoothie, she's so pretty,
here
bro.
We go. We're already talking about Smoothie. All right,
she would be prettier if she took off that stupid hat.
What's wrong with the hat?
It's so stupid. It is covering the beautiful white mane under that. All right,
she
bro.
likes the hat, bro.
Yeah, it's just a hat, bro.
Bro, the hat is holding her back.
I mean, it's a little.
Let the hair flow.
It's a slightly strange hat, but I'm not. She's rocking it.
She's got like a Steven Universe energy or something like that, man.
She does, and I respect that as a Steven Universe fan. But like that hat, nah, bro, it's holding her back. I bet she's more powerful with the hat off.
I like how you're the authority on what makes other people. So you just like walk up to people and say, you need to take that hat off. You would look better without it. How do you think that would work for you in the real world, Justin?
I would do exactly that. I'd be like, hey, my brother or sister or my non-binary pal, listen, let me talk to you. You might really have an attachment to this article of clothing or whatever it is we're identifying in this moment. But it ain't working for you, Captain. I'm so sorry. You should do anything else.
So you're saying that you feel comfortable telling somebody you should take off the hat. It would make you look better.
It's to me, it's the equivalent of like, yo, you wouldn't let your homie walk around all day knowing they had a massive piece of spinach in between their teeth. It's like, hey, listen, you don't gotta do anything about it. But I feel like it's a courtesy on my behalf to tell you, this, that, the other. You make the rules. If you're confident and you like what you like what you like. It's your life, not mine. I just feel like I would be, doing you a disservice if I did not give you this heads up.
Okay. All that word vomit aside, no, it is not. It's not the same whatsoever. One thing is not supposed to be there by default. People aren't supposed to have shit between their teeth, whereas wearing a hat is a choice. You are telling other people that their choices make them look ugly.
No, I'm telling this person, aka Smoothie, that the choice of wearing that hat is a mistake.
Okay, so what is the difference between that and being like, you'd be prettier if you smiled more?
Bro, we're talking about a hat. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm posing questions. I'm asking what the difference is. You tell me.
I mean,
you feel comfortable telling other people what makes them look attractive and what makes them look good.
Well, one thing is me or this person saying like, oh, you should do this thing. You should smile more. Like, don't tell me what to do. All right. But there's other things just like, hey man, like fashion is your choice. It's your body, your choice, whatever.
The hat off.
I would make the suggestion. Yeah, I'd be like, listen, bro, the hat ain't working.
It's a suggestion either way.
It's always a suggestion.
No. Telling someone to smile is not a suggestion, all right? You were trying to make a power move.
No. The phrase is, you would be prettier if you smiled more. The suggestion is, you should smile more. There's no telling there. It's stating an opinion both ways. And they're both dumb to say to someone. Also, didn't you
dumb, but they're very
you're talking about Smoothie's dumb hat in your eyes. Didn't you like Cracker's design?
Before
he's walking
the
around
real
with
design, yes.
He's walking around with graham crackers, dude. What do you mean?
We're on the
her hat is
food.
stupid.
Who cares?
Yo, but her hat is stupid, but he's walking around with graham crackers.
It fits the motif. It works for him. It looks good. This hat ain't it.
It doesn't look good.
Oh my god. This is not. This is
you
the
like,
line of the sand
the actual
we were
cracker over the cracker clone art. All right, you think like biscuit clone cracker or whatever is some Dark Souls prototype reject or whatever, super basic design. But then you look at the Ronald McDonald reject and you're like, now that guy's cool.
I do like the Ronald McDonald reject.
Yeah, because it's One Piece. This is the wacky character design I'm looking for.
Listen, I respect the energy of wacky fun or whatever. Sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a miss. Ronald McDonald reject, a miss, bro.
And apparently so is Smoothie's hat.
Apparently so is
just
Smoothie
a little
hat.
bit. Just a little bit. It's not like the worst thing ever. It's not Ronald McDonald reject bad.
We need to stop. I can't keep talking about this.
Listen, you're
There's gotta be something else.
Right? I'm just answering questions.
I brought it up. What are you talking? What are you talking about?
Audience, did you miss me?
Oh, man.
I'm ready to drop kick you across the building.
You about ready to fucking tank man gum balloon your ass all the way across the studio.
I brought it up.
Oh man. Anyway, oh yeah, I do. So anyway, I like Smoothie's design. I think she's a cool person. How about that power though? It's a little fucked up. a little kinky. Also, I gotta be honest. Let's call it for what it is.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I missed the explanation of her.
Wait, what
powers,
are we talking about?
Smoothies powers?
When she literally juiced a girl.
Oh right,
yeah, and I'm like, does everyone just have juice? Like, is that just a thing humans are filled with? We just got juice, and Smoothie just has the power to take our juice away.
She got the juice for
probably.
I'm quite certain that we could infer that she has a unique ability to juice fuckers. And that is a unique trait to her and only
I
her.
wasn't fully convinced. I don't know who she grabbed. I'm assuming it's one of her many sisters or something.
That was a rando.
For a second, I was like, is that just like a homie made of orange juice or something?
That's just a random woman in her entourage.
That's just like a woman, yeah, for sure.
I would believe that random woman was a homie
Smoothie,
made of orange juice or something.
Don't, I have a family. And then she just, without even saying a fucking word, corkscrew that poor woman and started milking her for all she's got.
Yeah.
Bro, it gave Big Mom energy when she took Moscato's soul or whatever. I was like, bro, that lady's dead. You squeezed all the life juice out of her, apparently.
No, that woman is definitely dead.
I think she's dead from this?
Yeah, I think she's dead.
Bro, she was turned into a prune and had no eyes. It's over. She's looking like Zunisha.
She got turned into the old woman who hates chocolate from SpongeBob.
Listen, all you got to do is like throw her in, like a pool, and she'll be right back to normal.
Oh yeah,
don't worry.
Like back in Alabasta when we rehydrated Luffy.
Exactly. You see, you get it. We just need a little bit of good water.
Yeah.
She's gonna be back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, what a freaky power. Yeah,
weird power.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Also, is it weird that I want her to do it to me? I'm just kidding.
Go on.
No. I don't know what your reasoning behind the request is. I simply just want to know what kind of juice I'm made of. No other ulterior motive whatsoever.
Hold on. You're posing a very important question. Would you drink your own juice?
Sure. Don't know.
I don't think I would. I think I would be a little too weirded out.
That feels like drinking my own sweat. I don't know if I'm down for that.
Yeah. I don't want to. Well, I mean, not to be fair, I have I've tasted my own sweat before, but not like, licking my arm, but just like, sweat like gets in your mouth sometimes when you're, hard at work and whatnot. But I don't think I would just drink my own juice. That feels weird. That feels weird to me. That's like drinking your own pee territory. And I'm just not about it, I think.
I agree.
I'm definitely on team. I would not drink the juice. Now I would drink Christian's juice for sure. I'm just.
Me too, brother.
I like how Christian's just like, dude, I bet I taste fucking great. I don't know what the problem is.
I think I taste good.
For fuck's sake.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. No, but we got Smoothie and Baron Tamago having a great time in this set of episodes. I actually wanted to. Are these notes even down here? Since we're already talking about them. Okay, yeah, they talk about the poneglyph situation. There was a lot of very important exposition that Baron Tamago just low key gave.
Yeah. Shout out to Baron Tamago for just monologuing to no one who cares really about the poneglyphs.
Hey, I care. I didn't pay attention, but I care.
I know that you care, and we as the audience care. But in that room, I guarantee you, nobody cared or already knew that information. And Baron Tamago was just kind of talking,
Man, they were surrounded by like low-level goons. You think they know there's 30 poneglyphs in the world that are actually important?
Well, no. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter to them. They don't care.
Well, but I just want to like restate in case this was known or not known based off of his long-winded statement. So we don't know how many total poneglyphs there are, but in the graphic there happen to be 30. So
he says 30.
Does he say 30?
He says there are 30 in the world.
Of the 30 poneglyphs in the world, 9 of them have actual information, which means that every other poneglyph only exists to tell you where another poneglyph is. Which means if you're doing the math, you got 9 plus 4 are poneglyphs that actually matter. 9 information, 4 red poneglyphs. Therefore, the total number of poneglyphs that truly matter in this world of the 30 is 13. So, what is that? 17 other poneglyphs just point to another poneglyph, and they probably double up a couple of them for whatever fucking reason. And the reason why that matters is apparently Baron Tamago made it very clear to us, the audience, that we apparently need to bring all 9 of the info ones with us to Laugh Tale so that we can learn some shit. I know what that shit is a complete fucking mystery to us. But now we know. We have parameters for poneglyphs. It just kind of gets given to us for 2 minutes with an internal monologue by Baron Tamago, and is never talked about again.
Yeah. We learn about these poneglyphs, and it is he does pose it in a way that makes it sound as though you need to bring the actual poneglyphs to Raftel, but I'm still not even. They can be moved, as we I speculated that they were extremely heavy and kind of unmovable, but it's not the case, as can be seen here. Even with the flashback of the giant fishman that's on Jinbei's crew, literally just carrying it around. So it seemed as though maybe you just needed the information off of them, but now it seems to be being posed that you need to physically bring 9 + 4 or at least 9 poneglyphs with you to the island at the end of the line. So I'm curious exactly what some of these crews are planning to do if that's the case. Big Mom's got a lot of space, but really, like, what's Luffy gonna do? The Sunny is big, but I don't think it's 9 poneglyphs storage big.
I think we're still going on the assumption we need to bring the physical fucking.
Well, I know that's kind of what I mean. It's like I'm still not even entirely sold that is the case. You just need. I still feel like you just need the information off of the 9, and then you can do that. It would be crazy if there was just some giant puzzle on Raftel. You just had to slot all of them into in order to get the whatever fucking information it is that holds the secret of the world here.
I like the idea that every single information poneglyph, you have to take like all the capital letters from each of them, and it gives you a special phrase. It gives you the open sesame.
Yeah. Yeah. We almost have enough. We're a couple of pieces short of one of those puzzles. You ever played one of those puzzles where it's like a 4x4 grid of tiles, and it either forms a picture or it's numbered.
Yeah.
And then there's one missing, so you have to like slide each one at a time to.
Yeah.
And we're 2 poneglyphs shy of being able to have a puzzle like that, like necessary poneglyphs. You have 9 plus the 4 red. We only have 13. We need 15. This puzzle is missing a couple pieces.
That would be an amazing fucking bit if you get all the way to fucking Laugh Tale and there's just like this like slider jigsaw puzzle, but it has missing pieces, and you just gotta insert the poneglyphs themselves and then fucking shuffle them all around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. You bring the 13 with you, and there's already 2 in the puzzle. There's gimmies. They're like free bingo spaces.
And you do the fucking
and then you do the puzzle.
Puzzling. Oh my god! Wait a minute. This is a great idea. I love this. I love that. It
also it basically necessitates that you have someone strong enough to be able to push them around. So you either have to have like a giant or one of the fishmen like Jinbei has again, or just be absurdly strong in your own right, whatever it is.
Just move these fuck off rocks all the time.
This is really what Zoro has been training for this entire time.
This is Zoro's true training.
Yeah.
All in culmination.
He's the goat, bro. Zoro's simply the
puzzle.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
Yeah,
if I can talk about Zoro being the goat, all right? I'm tired of your fucking Zoro takes for the evening.
I'm tired of your Zoro takes for the year.
Bro, is he not the goat?
No.
That's crazy.
I bet you think it is. I bet you think it is.
So anyway, Christian, remember that time that we talked about Mont Door's power last week, and we were like, hey, it's really cool that he doesn't just have like a free pocket dimension, and then this week he just kind of has a free pocket dimension.
Well, I mean,
or do we feel it's different enough?
It doesn't necessarily. They're not like being banished to a new realm necessarily. It's kind of, these books are kind of like the TARDIS from Doctor Who. They're just bigger on the inside.
So they're a bag of holding.
Yes,
all these books are
they're books of holding. They're books of holding. Quite literally, given what they're being used for. Both prison, mostly prisons, but also displays their children's pop-up books taken to the extreme here with all of the exotic creatures that are stuffed inside of them, or nailed inside of them, I should say.
Bet you never thought you were going to see a fucking manticore come back.
Even more than that, Brendan, I sure as shit did not think we were going to bring up the fucking centaur from Punk Hazard again. We didn't get to see him, but his name was mentioned, and holy hell did my jaw drop when I heard that.
I like how the centaurs from Punk Hazard is weird to you, but fucking Manticore's right there. It's been literally 500 episodes since that thing's been relevant.
I mean, yeah, but maybe it's only weird because we saw the centaur one time because of the terrible chop job that One Piece did with that specific part of Punk Hazard. Where
there were a few centaurs. I remember when Luffy. Yeah,
there might have been two others, but there was only the one that mattered.
Oh,
there was Brownbeard, the goat.
Well,
of course.
I mean,
no,
yeah.
Okay, that's not. He is centaur.
Is that technically centaur? That's half human. That's hybrid person, but centaur I think is specifically half horse human.
Well, I think the creature people that they had on the island, I think they all just referred to themselves as the centaurs, the centaur troops.
It's okay, Christian. I know which one we're talking about. It's the only one that matters.
I'm gonna assume they're probably talking about the one, but also maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it is Brownbeard, and Brownbeard will just fucking show up again in this fucking stupid ass show. Who knows?
I can't believe Christian's asking for this right now. It's crazy.
I'm not asking for this. I'm pleading with Oda to not take this one and run with it.
Remember that time that I told you that you're gonna fucking regret calling Oda saying I can't wait to never see this Brownbeard guy again.
I already got retribution for that. Don't make me go through it again.
But what if, Christian?
No.
What if we did it again?
No.
What if he became the most important character?
No.
What if he breaks us out of jail in this arc?
No, I don't want it. I don't.
He doesn't stop
they
coming.
Need somebody to run away from Big Mom at some
coming.
point. Christian, what better person than Brownbeard? Come on, brother.
Panda Man will save them.
He doesn't stop coming. He doesn't stop coming. Always coming back around.
Hey,
returning.
Is the long leg person that's trapped in the book the guy from Dressrosa?
I thought so.
No,
I can't prove that, but
Are you
looking
sure?
like Blue Gilly from the kneecap.
He had a tattoo that I think was pretty similar to what'd you call him? Blue Gilly?
Blue Gilly.
So this is my impression of. So I don't think it's Blue Gilly, and I'm not gonna say I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, but I'm gonna continue on. I think the Long Leg tribe have a like a cultural thing where they just have tattoos on their legs. And because I think it's like a common visual trait that Oda does for like designated long leg motherfuckers. Like, look at Smoothie, who's very clearly of the long leg tribe. And you see that she also has a very similar tattoo on the thigh that just has like a rose and thorns and shit like that. I think long leg people have those tattoos. So it's hard to verify if it was like Blue Gilly's tattoo or if it's just another goon with a tattoo on his leg.
Fair enough.
This is my personal take on the matter. Nah, I can't. I don't know that for certain.
I did not notice Smoothie's tattoo. I was too drawn to the hat.
I was too drawn to that.
I know it's the tattoo. It was. But anyway, yeah. So Blue Gilly's in that book. And Brownbeard and Blue Gilly are going to come back this arc.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I like that idea, honestly.
Spoiler: Justin's at it again.
Spoiler: Justin at it again.
It's been a while, but
bro, I told you I haven't seen this arc. I can't spoil anything.
It actually hasn't been that long because he literally told you that Reiji was chill basically the minute you met her. So,
well,
bro, you're saying I was spoiling as if I had actual knowledge of that. Bro, I just seen it.
You cannot tell me that you did not know that she was chill.
Saw the woman and I saw her for the real person she was. You are all just blinded by hatred and anger for the rest of the brothers.
This has to be the biggest load of fucking bullshit that I have heard in the New World to date.
Bro, I paid attention. I'm sorry you didn't see it. Even on your rewatch, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Yeah, your brain is just too big for me, Justin. Just like how Zoro would have killed Sanji here if he saw that
Thank
for
you.
even a minute.
That's all I'm saying.
Right. Yep. I don't even know why I went back to that bit. I'm moving on from all of this.
So in this library prison, which by the way, kind of cool. Actually, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Sorry to interrupt
library
you.
prison. Okay, great.
Library prison is kind of fire. Not gonna lie.
There's something I wanted to mention earlier.
we're into the library prison. Let's go.
Part of what makes this funnier for me was my mom just got me a gift, and it's the cheesy safe that's shaped like a book, because if you wanted to hide something and no one's ever gonna find it, it's gonna be in a book. And I'm staring at it right now behind my computer. I'm just here like, what are the odds?
Put in it
a book,
another book. You're gonna put a
wait, what?
A smaller book inside the book.
Yeah, man.
all right.
Why are you putting a smaller book inside of the book?
It's a trap for potential thieves.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Are you trying to make them uninterested in the little book inside, or are you trying to make them interested and like put like a bomb between the pages of the little book?
I haven't opened it yet, but I'm pretty sure the book safe looks like a safe. So
inside,
even the most basic cat burglar will probably be like, "Yo, that's a safe." Like, I'm not stupid. But what they're not expecting is a book inside of a book, bro. And at that point, they're gonna realize, oh man, this guy's only thing of value that he keeps in a safe is a book. Let's get out of here. But this guy's clearly broke.
This is all we needed to do to fool the wet bandits. This is all Kevin just needed to put a book inside of a book, and he would have been fine.
You just needed to put a book inside of a book.
The entirety of Home Alone wouldn't have happened.
I hold on. My brain, I don't really think I have a clear line of thought. Everything that Justin just said to me has made me question everything about my reality right about now.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I also
gift,
like the book prison, by the way. The book prison is very fun to me, but I find most of this series very fun.
Yeah, I thought book jail was pretty interesting. I like it.
I got excited when the page with Luffy and Nami was in English, and I was like, "Oh boy, I can read that page!"
Oh,
and then like if you actually read it, it's all in fucking Japanese, but written out in English.
Yeah. Do you know what it says?
No, I did not look any of it up.
Lame.
I'm going to be honest, Christian. You're usually like the guy who comes in with the receipts. I kind of thought that you were going to look everything up. And
No, I didn't want to touch it in case there was going to be a spoiler thing.
That'd be crazy if there was.
I can't Google that. I could end up with spoilers for some other bullshit. I wanted to. Trust me.
Speaking of their book jail cell, so they just have a nail through their hands.
Yeah, they really don't explain it. I know. I don't understand either. It doesn't seem painful. Whatever it is, it's, I don't know. It's like tethering their very being to the pages. I don't know.
I'm just here like, bro, we're just gonna give them. I am trying to think of a very delicate way to say what I was trying to say without being offensive. I think I'm just gonna move on.
You can just say crucified. That one's not against anything. This is a thing.
I was overthinking it, and by overthinking it, I was straying too far off the path. I had to bail. I had to abort.
I don't know. It seems to be tethering them to the book via more than just their physical form potentially. Otherwise, I don't know. Luffy might be able to get out easier, or with his raw strength. I don't know.
Shout out to Luffy biting the bars in the jail cell. I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you respect that.
Guess.
It hurts my teeth when I heard it, but it was a play.
Shout out to that tooth that Luffy still doesn't have from when he fought Sanji. Is that tooth ever coming back?
I probably, but I don't know how we're gonna excuse it.
we still have missing tooth in Luffy's face, and Oda's going out of his way to apparently leave it out. So I don't know. I don't think it's ever coming back.
I feel like there's no way Luffy goes the rest of the series without that tooth, but
nah, bro.
Sure.
Luffy's gonna get one glass of milk and he's gonna regrow it.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past this show. I really wouldn't.
No, Chopper's gonna come by and be like, Luffy, I noticed that you were missing a tooth. And then he's like, yeah, Sanji knocked it out. And then Chopper's gonna be like, what? But why? And he's gonna be like, well, it just so happens that I've been brushing myself up on all my dental proceedings. I think I can do the implant if you want. And then he'll be like, I don't know, I guess.
Yeah. He's just gonna inject Luffy with something and it's gonna grow the tooth back.
Oh, what the hell? Wait a minute. That's way easier than what I was thinking. I thought he was going to put a tooth in his face.
He's like, what the fuck? That's pretty good. Hold on.
I did actually hear at one point in time, apparently there's like a, this is true life, by the way. I did hear, and this is on Reddit, and everything on Reddit is true. Apparently there is an actual like gene that we can suppress that a team of doctors in Japan are researching right now. And if you turn this gene off, it's basically a gene that tells us not to grow new bones in our mouth areas. And apparently they found a way to like turn that gene off, and they have successfully regrown teeth in mice. So supposedly they can regrow teeth in humans, but the caveat is they might not be able to make all the teeth grow at the same time. So your mouth could just be in perpetual random teething events.
God. Yeah, how do they? What a fucking slippery slope, let me tell you.
I don't disagree.
I hate, as someone who's gone through numerous dental procedures, I hate this. Leave it alone. Just
I don't know, man. I would love if I could regrow the one tooth in my mouth that isn't actually my tooth. I feel like that would be really cool, actually.
I mean, I agree, but it seems like more trouble than it's worth.
What I was imagining was that we would have I mean, this is a case for a lot of rodents, but many rodents, their teeth, especially if they're like a buck tooth kind of looking creature, their forefront teeth grow perpetually. And it's the reason they have to chew and gnaw on things, so it helps file the tooth down. I thought we were going to have one of those situations where, like, yeah, we turn the gene on, but we can't turn it off now. So you just got to, like, constantly file down your teeth. Good luck.
Now everyone's got to carry around wooden chew sticks.
Oh, shit. Maybe that is it. Or you have to just, like, go to the doctor and be like, all right, I'm here for my annual filing.
Yeah. And they pull out a stone grinder and they put your mouth to it.
I suddenly hate all of this, actually.
That was bad, yeah.
All of this sucks. I don't think I like any of this.
Yeah.
All right, well, moving on from that fucking horrible
did you find out what the book says?
I did. Well, at least I got what it says for Luffy. Apparently it doesn't translate very well, but it just says Captain of the Straw Hat Pirates, bounty 500 million berries, East Blue, born in Windmill Village, acquired the Gum Gum ability. It says, for his sins of attacking Whole Cake Island, defeating Cracker, and destroying the seducing woods, an army hunted him down and imprisoned him. Supposedly that's what it says. So it just states why they were imprisoned.
I see. And has their berry bounty.
Berry bounty and where they were born.
Yeah. All right.
And that's about it.
Kind of slightly expected, I guess, but I'd hoped there'd be something a little more fun in there.
Yeah, a little bit funnier.
Oh well,
a little bit pizzazz.
Now, I will say, while we're on this part, I mean, we're kind of there's a lot that happens in this library scene. At one point, we leave the scene, then we come back because Big Mom is made aware that they have been captured, Luffy and Nami, that is. And at one point, Luffy is talking to Big Mom and is asking to talk to Pudding. And this is obviously not a good idea. And Nami tries to get Luffy to shut up because it could get not only them in more trouble, but also Pudding in trouble. And then 2 minutes later, she goes, oh, by the way, we know all about Lola. And also, she's our friend. Also, she gave me that Viver card.
Oh, okay. This I didn't realize this is the avenue you were going down right about now.
What are we talking about? What is it? What is this? What is Nami doing? She just gave Luffy shit for saying that they're friends, essentially, with one of Big Mom's kids. And luckily, nobody believed her in that case. But now, of course, Nami has no idea about this whole thing with the marriage and whatever, but it's the same thing. Nami then goes, oh, by the way, we totally chilled with Lola. She's our best friend. She gave me that Viver card, and she's trying to marry other people.
Okay, I will say it's the same problem. I think it's different.
Okay.
One, Lola isn't around to like be in any type of danger or anything like that. I think her absence brings a sense of levity to Nami. Two, I think from Nami's perspective, it was like, oh, well, all of this occurred before we knew each other. So contextually, it wasn't that bad. We weren't enemies. We weren't anything to each other. So like, bygones be bygones, not a big deal. And then she finds out, oh, you met my daughter? Where is she? I want to kill her. She ruined my life. I could have been king of the pirates by now if she didn't skip out on marrying this particular person. Which, by the way, who is the person that Lola was meant to marry at that time?
We can talk about that in a minute.
We got to hold on.
I need to hear what Brennan's got to say about this.
Okay. I don't disagree with Justin's. She feels a sense of levity in the fact that Lola isn't actually here, so there's not an immediate danger to her, even if she does spill the beans. But number two, and maybe this is me being a little generous. The way I felt the conversation went was more like Nami explaining to Big Mom that, as a matter of fact, your daughter not only gave me that card, but she told me that you would do us a favor if we ever saw you in the new world. But I find you to be kind of fucking annoying and repulsive. So that's the deal. That's what happened. And now that I've given you that message, and she's good, by the way. Now that I give you that message, my fucking deed to her is done, and I don't want to have this conversation any further. So I think the conversation is just a little bit different because Lola gave them the okay to inform Big Mom of the situation, whereas Pudding was trying to keep it a secret.
I don't think this is about what the two daughters wanted. This is about the situation that the Straw Hats are in. It doesn't matter if Lola was on good terms then and they were fine then, and Lola gave them the Viva card saying, Mom will do you a favor if you show her this. Then what matters now is they're on extremely bad terms with Big Mom, and they've brought up the fact that they were chilling with one of her daughters and that they have this very powerful artifact in the Viva card, and Nami's just giving this information up willingly when she just tried to reprimand Luffy for basically about to be giving away information about Pudding. I agree that there's a slight difference in the fact that Lola is not currently here and is not currently under threat, whereas Pudding could be. But even still, I don't see a world in which mentioning Lola in any capacity earns them brownie points with Big Mom or helps their situation in any way.
Well, then I don't know. I still fall back to the Lola said, tell my mom. Pudding and them decided that they're going to keep it a secret. I don't know. One is designed to be a secret and one wasn't from the get. Is all my only argument to the contrary would be in this situation.
I don't know, man. I agree that is the design, but bringing up Lola in any capacity just sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, I think like, systematically, like I would definitely do a vibe check and not bring Lola into the situation. Don't keep my friend's name out your damn mouth or whatever. This is a verified Will Smith moment. I'm not going to say it isn't, but still,
Christ.
I don't know. I guess it's just like it feels different. It's got a different energy, maybe. But you're not wrong. You probably should have kept your fucking mouth shut. Maybe you keep some secrets to yourself at this point because you guys are getting a little fucked right about now. Or at the very least, wait till they say they're gonna torture you for the information, and then Nami cave because she's Nami or something like that. Which would have been kind of funny. I would have been fine for that. I'll always hear that. But anyway, aside from that outrage, which I didn't know was even going to be an outrage, we got for a non-zero amount of time, Big Mom explaining how much she can't fucking stand Lola, as a matter of fact, because at one point there was an arranged marriage that had it gone through, Big Mom declares that she would have already been declared the king of the pirates. And
wild accusation, by the way.
Wild accusation. And then also, this is really funny considering that Lola literally has made a name for herself running around the seas, asking everyone who breeds to marry her. So she must have been really against whoever this person was with this original marriage.
It's like, I'm going to marry whoever I want. And she meant literally whoever.
Right. Like literally anybody else. You're like, no, you don't understand. anybody else. She looked to her left and asked him, and when he said no, she had to keep going down the line.
Yeah.
Honestly, I respect the grind. Don't take no for an answer. Don't let no keep you down.
This is the real version of Tinder.
This is a One Piece Tinder.
This is One Piece's Tinder. She's a swipe right on everybody sort of girl.
Man, I wonder who it could have been for Big Mom to really make this accusation.
That was going to be my question. Who was she going to marry, and why would it matter so vehemently that she would be therefore declared king of the pirates? Or at the very least, she assumes that it would be a walk in the park to disenfranchise the remaining emperors and therefore become king of the pirates.
Yeah, not only was king of the pirates on the table here for Big Mom, but she specifically mentions that she would have defeated Kaido as well. Not did she say Shanks also? I don't remember.
Yeah, she said
Kaido, Shanks, and Whitebeard.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
The OG emperors, not including Blackbeard in this instance.
Yeah. Some kind of marriage that allows her to overpower the three of them and also be king of the pirates. It almost, I don't know why this would be the situation or how even, but it almost makes me feel like Lola almost ended up marrying some high-level Marine.
Marine.
I don't know why. That was my first thought. It just feels like, especially there's probably a couple of people that she could have arranged the marriage with in order to be able to beat the emperors, but there's something about it also helping her become king of the pirates, as if the Marines have some extra thing probably that, I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if the Marines were in possession of a couple of those 9 poneglyphs and or a red poneglyph. So it makes me feel as though almost, but then the other side of this is it goes completely against what all the Marines stand for. And even if the high-level Marines are kind of shitty most of the time, they pretty much all hate pirates. So yes. I know what I said, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay, well then what's your alternative? We have no alternative?
What Christian proposed makes far more sense than what I'm about to say.
Oh boy, here we go.
The only thing I could conjure in the moment that could ever give Big Mom that level of power over those 3 great individuals or whatever was like marrying her off to like a celestial dragon or something.
But would the celestial dragon be into that?
I mean, really? This probably not, but
yeah, like I can't imagine like a celestial dragon is chomping at the bit to be like, yes, one of Big Mom's children. Also, probably one of the best ones that she has. Yes, that I'm gonna make her my wife. That sounds great. Also, like, what would that allot her? That would make her able to take down every other emperor and also be declared king of the pirates.
An enormous amount of power and authority. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of follows the same vein as mine, whereas the celestial dragons, like the Marines, more or less answer to the whims of the celestial dragons. So, but again, the celestial dragons would not sully their glorious bloodline with marriage to a pirate.
I'm gonna tell you what really went down. Once upon a time, Big Mom discovered the Sky Island people. And more importantly, she discovered a man that was literally fucking invincible. That's right. She was marrying him off to fucking Eneru so that they would get together and that she would have literal fucking lightning on her team and be able to take down everybody.
Bro, she'd have the power of anime and God on her side.
That's over. That's what I'm saying. She had the power of anime and God on her side. It's fuck true. Yeah. And then Lola was like, "You're gross." And then Eneru was like, "Listen, this isn't my cup of tea either, but I want to take over the lower sea dwellers." and then she left, and Big Mom was pissed. So there you go. That's my theory. She was gonna get married off to Eneru.
Yeah.
This is how we bring Aruge back into the mix or whatever. Aruge, was one of Eneru's vassals at one point in time before they had a falling out. And then Ruge went back to Whole Cake Island to, fuck some shit up, get some revenge because, he, even though him and Eneru had a falling out, it was still his boy, and he wanted to like throw some hands and be like, how dare you give birth to a person that would, disrespect my boy like this?
So anyway, this
Okay.
the hypothetical marriage that almost happened that Laurel ran away from was a decent bit of time ago as well, because we get that brief flashback and Pudding is a child in that flashback. So
yeah,
this wedding also, to take into consideration guesses for who potentially it was maybe even up to 10 years ago at this point. So it might even be someone we don't even know yet. Might be related to some group or person that we know, but the specific person, perhaps not.
Nah, it's definitely Eneru. I'm just
okay. Yeah,
don't even worry.
Really,
about it,
really, what even was I thinking?
I'm glad.
It's clearly Pearl from Krieg's crew.
Fucking, that's what I'm saying, brother. Oh fuck yeah! I know you don't mess with the fucking Krieg pirates, bro.
That's all I'm saying, dude.
You don't fuck with the Krieg pirates. All right. Anyway, moving on. Brook and Pedro had some moments this week. By the way,
did.
Yeah, we had some. Brook fans were eating pretty good this week. I feel.
Boy, was I.
Brook fans were feasting a little bit. I feel so. Christian, correct me. Did you have this on your bingo card at one point that he was going to control the homie souls at any? I think you did.
Well, yeah, I did say at some point it was under the context of actually fighting Big Mom, but yeah, it was essentially Brook has soul power. He hard counters Big Mom power because harness souls. I think more specifically it was kind of in regards to controlling his own soul, but this is I will definitely take this.
You're like I didn't think I was gonna get Brook erasing Big Mom being able to manipulate soul power on my bingo card, but now that I have it, I don't know what I would ever do without it.
Yeah, that fucking that whole scene of him busting out the guitar and having to tune it in the middle of the fight. That was great. I love
in the dub he was literally like, "No, guys, give me a minute. I swear to God, you guys are thinking this is really cool."
It was great.
And it was fucking great, as a matter of fact.
No, go on,
go
please.
ahead, please.
No,
I was going to say that at one point he also says, after he finally does his stupid Soul King bit, he's like, are you guys familiar with my stage name? They call me the Soul King,
King, baby. And then we get the sickest fucking screenshot of all time with him and his, I don't know, whatever, soul form behind him.
Dude, he looked like he was coming out of Shaman King. It was just him.
Dude, look at this screenshot. This screenshot goes so
from
fucking
JoJo's,
hard,
bro.
I'm gonna make this my background. Get a 4K render of this and make it my background on my computer.
It is funny that Justin says Shaman King. He literally is like from Shaman King with this fucking.
I wouldn't know, but I'll take your word.
Great show. You should watch
King's,
it.
Yeah, it's a fun show. Basically, it's just like a bunch of kids that they have their spirits come out of them and they're manifested, and like the main character's dude is a dragon, like a big blue dragon.
Like imagine you were best friends with like Nobunaga and you were just like, yo, Nobunaga, let's go fight some people.
Nobunaga, that guy stole my lunch money.
But then they also like come out of your shadow. They just like exist in your shadow.
That's sick.
Yeah. So this is Brook's debut in Soul King, the manga.
Yeah.
He was like, I did my training arc, actually, believe it or not, in the Soul King universe. You wouldn't believe it. Or the Shaman King universe. You wouldn't believe it.
Hold on. I know this is literally, it means nothing to anyone but me and maybe Brendan. But like, it would be kind of sick if someone in Shaman King would die, come back Brook style, and then their own shaman is themselves. Like, they're their own shaman, and then they are their own spirit.
Wait a minute, that is kind of cool. Although that's literally just what Brook is.
That's what it seems
You're just
like.
making Brook.
That'd be awesome.
That would be kind of cool, actually, if Shaman King did that. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't disagree. This is one of the finer moments in Brook fandom for sure. This particular image that you posted in the Discord, Christian.
Brook stocks are up.
They spawn many a tattoo that I have seen on the subreddit, but make no mistake, people they love this. People are fans of this.
Rightfully so. This is sick. I love it.
Yeah.
We got some Pedro lore too out of this.
We also did get some Pedro lore. Do you mind recanting us with all the info?
Well, while Brook is soul forming around trying to find information and the treasure room, he stumbles upon said treasure room, which has been fortified by Baron Tamago, because one might initially think that it's because the Straw Hat Pirates are here, but no, it's because the infamous poneglyph stealer Pedro is here. And so we've enlisted Smoothie and a whole fuck ton of homies and other personnel to guard this place where we have 3 poneglyphs, so that again, infamous poneglyph thief, as he's described, Pedro doesn't get his hands on it to be able to do whatever it is that he does, because apparently, I don't know if you caught this the first 2 times I said it, he steals poneglyphs.
Okay, yes, we get it, Christian.
I don't know if we got that. I don't know if everyone understood at home. I don't understand right now.
Brother, what if we're just talking about rubbings again? It doesn't have to be the damn stone. He could have stolen the info on the glyphs.
I don't know. It feels like we're making a big deal if he can just if anyone can do that.
Well, but he was the one that almost succeeded or did succeed based on his backstory. That's why they given him this infamous title, Christian.
I don't know.
Okay, but what if he has like photographic memory and he just like remembers what's on the poneglyph? Like he can't translate it, obviously.
He can't translate, but he can just like write the fucking poneglyph down.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That'd actually be kind of sweet.
Well, I can't argue with that. That would be cool.
It'd be a very niche power, but it would be literally perfect for this one very specific need.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was the devil fruit you had. You just have like the memory fruit where you can perfectly recall images in your brain and just write them down as if it was like a picture.
Yeah, the photo fruit.
The photo fruit, of course.
Also,
or even better.
Don't we have like camera dendamushis? Like, isn't that a thing?
Yeah,
we do. Yeah,
that's how wanted posters are made.
It is, in fact. And Oda has gone on record to say that Absalom, after leaving Moria's crew, even joined the world government with his clear fruits so that he could take more photos of wanted posters.
Yeah.
Which I think is just bullshit, because people are like, how do people get these pictures of fuckers on the ocean? And he's like, oh, it's Absalom. He's invisible.
He's invisible and he can just go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, as far as retcons or excuses go, it's not like the worst thing out there, I guess. It's kind of funny.
I think it's pretty good. I do think it's really funny. But yeah, and also Pedro decided that since he knew that Baron Tamago was really kind of looking for him, they both Pedro and Brook decided that they were going to go with the classic Pedro be bait while Brook breaks into the repository. And that works perfectly, by the way, because for whatever reason, Smoothie is fucking stupid and opens the damn door. Smoothie, why did you open the door? They can't get in the repository if you don't open the door.
Well, forget opening the door. They just didn't close it behind them. At least not immediately.
I'm glad this works. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that this works for the team here. But it takes a lot of belief suspension for me to understand how the villains get in this situation. Like, bruh, come on. You just close the door. Keep it closed. There's nothing they can do. Close the door.
Nah. They wouldn't dare.
For fuck's sakes. I swear to fucking God, damn it.
Hey man, it let us have the bit with Brook as the 2 goons are closing the door.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, I almost missed it. How embarrassing would that have been?
That was close, guys.
It in the dub, he literally goes like, that would have been real fucking embarrassing if I got locked out. That would have made this entire fucking ordeal literally for nothing. Oh, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, good stuff. Pedro also getting his moment in the sun, being a badass, darting around, throwing pipe bombs at everybody.
He's doing his Assassin's Creed mission. You know, he's going around throwing grenades and lighting every single wick with his lit cigarette.
Awesome.
What a bastard. Fucking awesome.
I'm looking forward to next week when we get to see Brook do more Soul King things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. But other than that, before we get back to the last thing that happened in this set of episodes, Chopper and Carrot are still in the mirror world. They were about to be cooked alive until they weren't, and now they've hopefully taken the upper hand. Christian, I gotta ask, do you think that they actually took the upper hand here, or is it another red herring? Did they just get caught again?
I think they've maybe gotten the upper hand a little bit here. They dumped an entire pot of boiling broth on top of Brulee, who is probably going to end up being fine, even though we were just threatening Carrot with death by putting her in it. Brulee will be fine, I'm sure.
Brulee will be. What about you, Justin? Do you think that they finally did it? Did Chopper and Carrot finally overtake against insurmountable odds the villains that they've been running from for the last literal 15 episodes?
I want to say yeah, but like no. I only say no because they still don't have a way out of here, at least not that I know of. And so for them to get out, they probably still require Brulee's power, cooperation, etc. I mean, I guess they could get her to cooperate because they just like burned her alive and could therefore theoretically just string her up or whatever. But like, I don't know, man. This feels like they're going to run away from the building and then they're going to realize, oh wait, we don't know how to get out of here. It's time to keep running for 50 more episodes.
We'll just figure it out later, like we've been doing.
We fuck it. We do it live as we've always done.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I thought this mirror world stuff would be a lot cooler. Right now, I'm kind of bummed out.
Why? What's wrong with the mirror world stuff?
It's just nothing, bro. It's just Kara and Chopper doing
hasn't
nothing.
Taken off yet, man. We're still stuck in the mirror.
What are we waiting for?
It hasn't taken off yet, but also really what's the potential here?
Oh, that's true. I guess there might not be any potential once they overtake them. They're probably just like, all right, finally we can get the fuck out of the mirror world.
Yeah, I think the best potential that's here is we see one of the two break out a cool move that we haven't seen before. That's it. It seems like unless they use the mirror world, they somehow harness the ability and find a way to travel through any mirror they want, and they find some conveniently placed mirror nearby some plot that's happening, and they can jump through and be part of the main plot again. But until
you think that every mirror just has like a big sign that says no plot,
yeah.
plot.
Yeah, the important red flashing sign.
This one here.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Hold on. I think you're kind of spitting. I feel like Brulee would low-key have like a system for memorizing what mirror leads to what. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is at least one mirror with a sign over it saying, I don't know, Big Mom's throne room or somewhere else that's just really important, right?
Bro, imagine the one mirror in the entire world is Big Mom's throne room.
I believe it. I think it's possible.
It's like, guys, we can beeline it straight to the final boss. They got the Dark Souls fucking shortcut at the ready.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's great. I love this idea. They just got to bust Luffy out and then be like, Luffy, you won't believe it. Big Mom's throne right fucking there. And then he's like, thank you. I've been looking for this all over. Oh,
yeah,
shit, that's awesome.
The mirror world just becomes a Mario hub world. You just jump through the paintings and just jump through the mirrors. It kind of is. Yeah, it literally is. Mm-hmm, but now we got to use it for good.
Now we got to use it for the team.
Exactly.
Nah, they're just gonna get out of the real world for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait and see. We don't know yet, but the last major thing that happened here is that Pudding actually gives him a visit. And by them I mean Luffy and Nami. And she basically just kind of lays it out and says like, so Sanji proposed, and then the both of them are like, oh, well. And then we don't really get like their true reaction out of the whole situation. They're just kind of like, I didn't think that could happen, really.
Yeah. Wait a minute. This is
he did?
That's not supposed to be how this goes.
Like you don't understand. I'm the main character. I said he's getting back on the boat. He can't actually propose to you in earnest. That's not how this story goes.
You were never supposed to fall in love. Also, whenever I did that sentence, I'm so sorry.
Kiss, kiss, fall in love.
I don't know, Christian. The longer this arc goes on,
she's not getting on the boat. She's not on the boat, bro. She's not getting on the boat.
Bro, Sanji's not leaving without her.
There is no Pudding.
No one gets on the boat or she's getting on the boat.
Pudding is not.
Personally, I think I'm more inclined to believe we leave Sanji behind for now.
You know what? I agree with you. Let's leave Sanji behind.
Okay, wow, come on. Wow. You guys are the worst, man. We can
I feel like this would be the moment
you don't understand.
where Luffy sits down and thinks to himself like, damn, maybe this is what Sanji really wants. Sanji found a wifey he wants to happily marry. Maybe he's really over his pirating stuff.
He's a cook.
Yeah, man. I think there's a lot of upsides for Sanji here, and Luffy's not going to stand in the way of it, at least not for now. He'll be like, Sanji, I'll come back for you when I become king of the pirates. Then you'll be my cook again.
Yeah, well, look, he's not going to just be left here out in the cold with Big Mom. Like, we're going to beat Big Mom, but then Sanji will just become the ruler of Toto Land.
Oh my God, wait a minute. Sanji ruling over Whole Cake Island. Okay, wait a minute. This is a really good narrative choice.
See?
I'm into it.
Now,
I'm really
everyone
into it.
gets what they want. Sanji's got a hot wife and the food island. Zoro doesn't ever have to see Sanji again. And neither do I.
Okay, well, now you lost me.
Damn, dude, even after that episode where you were really feeling the Sanji and Luffy dynamic and all just the dynamic was good. Everything going on.
I also said that I still don't necessarily, it got me to care, even though I don't particularly like the character that much, so.
I mean, yeah, you don't, I'm like, damn, you still essentially want him dead, and that's crazy.
Out of sight, out of mind.
He's been dead for me all along.
I'm like a child that doesn't have object permanence yet. I don't have Sanji. I don't have Sanji permanence.
Oh my fucking God. All right. Well, I was gonna ask where we think that this conversation's going, but apparently, yeah, I got my answer. Sanji's gonna become the future ruler of Whole Cake Island. I'll take it. That's good enough.
Yeah.
That's a fine response.
I mean, the real answer, I think, is that I don't know. I don't think Pudding's necessarily here to gloat. I think she just kind of is here to maybe just inform them of the way Sanji's thinking is going, because he can't right now. Like, she looks really happy because she kind of can't contain herself. She wanted this, but she was willing to give it up because obviously Sanji wants to really go back to his friends. But it seems, I don't know. I'd be surprised if she was here with menace in her heart. Unless she turns out to be the crazy Azula character that I proposed last week.
Oh my God! You really think that we're getting that version of Pudding now after all remember that's happened?
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to put it past Oda. We got Reiju, who looks like she's going to be bad, and then is like kind of quote unquote good. Now we have the opposite. We got Pudding, who looks real good, but now she's going to be bad.
Oh boy,
she's gonna be crazy bad.
Oh, hey, I forgot one thing that I was going to mention, by the way. At one point, Big Mom makes a big deal of one of the things that she got from Fishman Island being the Tamate box. Do y'all remember what was in that box?
A bomb.
Yeah, it was like a bomb or a poison or something.
Yeah, it was a fucking bomb. She's really excited. She's really excited about this box, and it has a literal fucking bomb inside.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, and she's gonna open it at the wedding too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna go down really well.
How powerful you think the fishmen made that bomb?
Probably pretty powerful.
Like we wiping out the whole wedding party, or like just
I don't remember. Oh, definitely the whole wedding party, dude. Are you kidding me? I would be surprised if you told me that it has the power to blow a hole in whole cake. It's gonna blow the W out of it, turn into the donut cake island.
Just donut cake island. Okay, well, I like that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see if we actually open this box, or if somebody else in the wedding party is going to be like, "Hold the fuck on! Isn't that the fucking bomb box?" And she's going to go, "The what now?"
What? Excuse me. Well, only the fishmen know that there was a bomb in it because they're the ones that put it in the box.
And you guess who we've got sitting that just may or may not still be part of her crew, Brendan. We got Jinbei here, and he's probably going to be at the wedding.
Okay, but do you think that he's gonna snitch, or do you think that he's gonna see the big mom's about to open a bomb?
I think Jinbei knows exactly how powerful that bomb is, and as much as he may want to be rid of Big Mom, it probably has enough firepower to take out, like I said, fucking everybody. So he's gonna weigh the options. Like, we'd get rid of Big Mom, but also I would die, and also all of these innocent people.
Well, Jinbei's a pirate. He don't care about innocent people.
That was piratist, Brendan.
Okay, my bad.
Piratist Brendan showed up tonight. All pirates hate innocence, as we've traveled 800 and some odd episodes with a group of pirates,
freeing nation after nation,
who have almost exclusively cared about innocent people the entire time.
Okay, all right, okay, this fucking whatever. Yeah, but they don't got that dog in them like Jinbei does.
I mean, you're kind of right. You remember young Jinbei, right? You know?
Yeah. Young Jinbei definitely got that dog.
Young Jinbei, he'd let Big Mom open the Tamate box.
He'd let Big Mom open the box for sure. he'd get front row seats. He'd be like, "Oh, this will be good."
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, I think that's pretty much all I had. Oh, and Judge at one point asks Big Mom where the giants are, and then she's like, "Well, I guess you just haven't noticed them." And then he's like, "Okay, fair enough. I've only been here for like a day."
Must have been the wind.
And that rubbed her the wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm just here like...
Clearly Big Mom's got some beef with giants here, I think. Makes me...
Or maybe she's just mad at... almost called him Zeph, Jesus. Judge for his insolence of pointing out the one thing she doesn't seemingly have.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Which would also explain why she's funded so much research into gigantification. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I mean, I agree that it would kind of explain that, but in the sense that it feels as though in this scenario where it is what you're talking about, where she like can't convince convince any giants to move to Whole Cake / Total Land. And so she got beef with them for that. It would make sense why she's artificially trying to create giants so that she can say we have giants in Total Land when these are really the giants at home instead of real giants. In my head, I think that's a believable theory. In my head, I'm going to propose something else, in that Big Mom, as we know, lives up to the big part of her name. She is a large woman.
Yes.
I would venture to guess that if she's either giant or like half giant or something to that extent. Like part giant, one giant parent, perhaps. And this is this is like a half elf situation. You know, like half elves in media are very often shunned by actual elves, but also by humans. You know, they fit in this in between where it's like nobody wants me. So Big Mom may have fallen into this where she's half giant and her giant family / other giants didn't let her into the giant homeland or anywhere else in giant society. And then regular humans were like, what the fuck are you? Like, what are you doing here? And get out of here, freak, or whatever the case is, you know? So...
Wait, you think that her backstory is just Chopper's backstory, but with a different flavor?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah, actually.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's my guess, is that she's at least been shunned by giant society, would be my guess.
What if to giants she has the equivalent to like dwarfism?
Sure.
She's a dwarf giant.
Yeah. Could be.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Hold on. She's a giant that suffers from dwarfism, and they're like, you are not allowed to be in this. You're a disgrace.
They threw her into the Spartan pit with all of the other reject kids.
Which would be a fucking tragedy, because, you know, the few times that we've had giants like in our faces, they've had like, you know, the Norse like inspiration. She could just pass as somebody from Svartalheim, one of the dwarf people, or dwarf realm, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the end of my thought.
Oh,
okay. Could be, but you know, then she gets rejected. Or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, she's not. She's not dwarf enough. Fuck.
So what you're saying is that giants are racist. Got it.
I mean, who isn't really?
Yeah, everyone in this series is probably just fucking racist when you get right down to it.
Yeah. That's my.
Does anyone else have anything?
Anything
else that anybody want to discuss before we move on?
I got nothing.
I think I'm pretty good.
Okay. All right. Well, then, with that being said,
actually, wait, I have one other note.
Okay, here we go.
The crocodile's name is Aristocroc.
Bro.
Yes.
Bro, I saw that. I was like, that's not real.
The Aristocroc, baby.
His name is Aristocroc, and that was the funniest shit to me. Aristocroc, it's so good. That
is pretty good, and it's a great bit. All right, now with that finally out, airing that dirty laundry. Next week will be 8:15 to 8:17. Moving on to quotes. Who's got quotes?
I have quotes.
I've got a few. I can start, or you can start. Where you want to go first?
No,
go.
You start this time. I started first last time.
Okay, yeah, I'll go first. This one comes from it's actually a twofer from a no-name goon, and then a response from Baron Tamago. At one point, when Pedro's attacking, a goon is calling Baron Tamago on Snail Chat, and he goes like, "The tiger mink is too much for us," and then Baron Tamago goes like, "Don't you mean the jaguar?"
He's a jaguar.
The jaguar.
First of all, he's a jaguar mink. Get it right.
Well, no, but it's that too. But I just looked at the way he's like, "Don't you mean the jaguar?"
Yeah,
just another Baron Tamago being fucking French as fuck.
Yeah, that's a dub bit. In the sub, he just goes, "He's a jaguar mink."
Actually, you gotta watch the scene of him describing the poneglyphs in dub, brother. You will not be able to understand a fucking word. Good. It's so good. That scene specifically, you have to try so hard to catch what the fuck he's saying. And then he throws random bits of French in there too. I don't even write down. I just can't write it down. He throws random French words like mid monologue, and you have to like translate it live in order to keep track of whatever the fuck he's
just what I want.
It's so good. Oh, I love that. All right, I just did this
I'm
one
starting
earlier.
to see Taco's point. Down with Baron Tamago, bro. Guy
Fuck
sucks.
you, man.
What are you talking about?
We love fun here. This one came from Brooke. Do you happen to know my stage name? Baby is Soul King. This one also came from Brooke when he's shit talking the mummified chess pieces on the floor. He goes like, sloppy slapped on spirit of yours. When my soul screams, it knocks you off your feet, baby.
Oh, fuck. That's hard as shit, dude.
I just like that he was like the sloppy slapped on spirit of yours.
Yeah. That's sick.
And finally, this is my last one. You know, this is the random chick that's talking to Pudding right before she has her internal monologue. She says, "Mama rejected the wedding dress that you picked out. She wants you to use the one that she picked out instead." And I just like the subtlety in writing the controlling nature of Big Mom, because we already know that she's a very controlling person, but how she impacts Pudding's life and what Pudding is reflecting on in this moment. I appreciate these one-off moments to where, or for characters to get a chance to let us know what they're actually thinking and the turmoil that they're actually going through.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's all I got. Those are my 4.
Sweet. What do you got, Justin?
Absolutely nothing.
All right. I have a couple quotes of my own here. The first one comes from when Big Mom, is with Germa 66 in the library. We hear her say, "There is always an infinite universe in a book." And while Big Mom is a bad person, that's kind of a fire line.
Okay,
she's got a good point. Books are sick. Now the way she uses them is not, but it's like a way worse version. You ever when you were younger collect leaves from outside and like flatten them by putting them between books and then putting heavy shit on them or something?
I do know the process. I never did it myself, but I'm familiar.
She's like doing that, but with real people.
Yeah, she
and animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Next comes from Soul King himself. Before he goes into the room, Pedro has made this whole distraction for him, and he unsheathed his sword, and this is like the last thing that happens before the episode ends. He goes, "Now, in the Pirate Emperor Big Mom's castle, let's start a special live show."
Yeah.
And that hyped me up. I've never clicked the next episode button so fast.
Oh man, I love that Brook has become a hometown favorite for you, Christian.
I love Brook. I need more Brook in my life. Honestly, I'm kind of missing me some Frankie right now too. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know,
is that right? Interesting.
I kind of miss Frankie a little.
Interesting.
That being said, I've got one last quote. Comes from Lola, actually, and the flashback that Pudding has about her. Lola says, "She's not gonna kill me. We're family after all."
Oh, no.
And oh no. Now I will say, this is like a famous last word scenario, but I will say I don't think Lola actually believes those words. I think she fully believes. Well, actually, maybe that's not true.
No, I don't think she does. I think
actually, that's not true. At first I was like, surely she has to know Big Mom's a terrible person, but then I remember what she said to Nami.
Yeah,
she goes, "Nami, tell her I'm doing all right. I'm chilling. You know, you wouldn't say that to someone that you don't want to find you ever."
Yeah,
so never mind.
She's very naive.
This is indeed a famous last word scenario.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I love you, Lola, but not your shiniest.
We love you, Lola, but your mom doesn't. Got news for you.
Hate to break it to you.
What's worse? What's the bigger L for Lola? Believing like just like completely misunderstanding her mother and her intentions, or falling in love with Absalom?
Ooh, that's a tough
question.
That's a good question. Hold on.
I think it's gotta be Big Mom still, because while Absalom is a creep, Big Mom is a murderer, slave trafficker.
Actually, can I be the real devil's advocate now? This is a little too meta. She came from such an abusive household that doesn't have a good model for what a healthy relationship looks like. Of course, she fell for the abuser in the real world.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Makes sense, unfortunately.
Ooh, yikes.
Or on the slightly, not that this is necessarily a good thing, but she just went for literally anyone that was better than the way her mom acted. And it just so happened to be Absalom.
She is also asking everybody to be fair, but her shadow was all in on Absalom almost exclusively, which is kind of yikes.
Yeah. But also, I mean, you know, when you think you're going to be trapped on that island forever and your options are what they are, you know, you got slim pickings in the first place.
True.
All right. What are we doing? What do we do next? What happens here? Golden ham?
Oh, I think next we do golden ham, right? Yeah, we gotta do the golden ham.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I was hoping we didn't get this Brook episode this week. Because I was kind of vibing with the Pedro moments, but since we got the Brook minute, I don't think that there's any reasonable argument against giving it to Brook for just being really fucking cool.
Yeah.
It's like in my heart of hearts, I think Pedro deserves it for actions.
I do kind of feel like Pedro deserves it, but Brook
Brook
was really
is
cool.
right here.
Yeah. Like, bro, imagine passing up the opportunity to turn this screenshot into a fucking thumbnail.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
We can't pass it up. It has to be the or should we give it to that one chess piece? I'm just kidding. We'll give it to Brook.
Yo, one chess piece? Which one chess piece?
Exactly. Anyway, we're giving it to Brook. Brook wins! Yay!
Hey.
Brook. Sorry, Pedro. Sorry to say. I'm just glad that we escaped Smoothie. I was not gonna stand if Justin threw a Smoothie pick in the ring.
Oh yeah,
she'll have her moment, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm sure next week Brook will have to fight her, so we'll have an opportunity to give it to Brook again.
Oh fuck! Yeah, probably.
Listen, as long as Smoothie's not wearing that hat, I'll fight for her.
You'll fight for her anyway. What are you talking about? Don't fucking lie to me.
I mean, I do love me a giant woman.
I'm well aware.
Anyway, moving on to fan mail. It's been a hot minute. We got fan mail, email, letter from listener Zach, who writes, "Hey guys, I was wondering about something. Do you guys have any pet peeves of mistaken references or misplaced quotes? Like for me, it's when people say, oh, that's a reference from the Bible, proceeds to quote Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
He writes, it's like saying Skynet's from the Matrix. Hope Devin's there for this one. Me too, buddy. He wasn't. He probably has one. Keep up the good work, Justin. Yeah, I'm helping.
I can answer that question. I feel like, and this is my own personal opinion, people make mistakes. I'm not usually the kind of person that goes like, oh my God, you nails on a chalkboard. You don't know that particular line doesn't come from a William Shakespeare play, but it came from, this other very important writer at some point in time that was, in from the Renaissance. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. These are not things that I worry for myself. Now, what does piss me off is if I do make a mistake and then some schmuck in the back thinks that they're better than you and goes, you're an idiot. That came from X, Y, and Z. No, those people can eat something not great. I find those people to be far more damaging to the whole of society than anybody who misquotes, some piece of fiction or nonfiction. Like I don't care. We make mistakes. Or like if I know that it came from something else, I'll be like, hey buddy, I'm pretty sure that came from this other thing. But if you try to correct me when I say something because I just thought I was having a conversation and be like, you're a fucking idiot, I'll be like, okay, fine, I'm not talking to you anymore. Congratulations, you have lost an ally today. Good day, sir. I don't know if that answered your question, but that's my take.
It's an answer. I'm gonna keep thinking about an answer for myself. However, this question reminds me of something that happened earlier in the week. So for those uninitiated, this game Marvel Rivals came out. It's basically Overwatch, but he plays Marvel characters. And they just announced that Mr. Fantastic is next up at bat to be released. And Mr. Fantastic plays ostensibly like Gear 4th Luffy. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cool. The internet at large has identified Mr. Fantastic as like, oh, look, that's Luffy. That's a thing that Luffy does. Even though Mr. Fantastic is a much older character. And it pissed Juan off so much. He was so butthurt that the world has proceeded to proceed in a way where Mr. Fantastic is no longer the household name for anybody. If honestly, I don't think anyone and their mother could tell me Mr. Fantastic's real legal name, but everyone and their mother knows Monkey D. Luffy. And Juan just couldn't accept that reality. He was crashing out so hard the other day, and it was honestly the highlight of my morning reading that in the group chat. That was great. So to answer Zach's question, one hates when people call Mr. Fantastic a Luffy clone, when in his mind it should be the other way around.
I mean, in reality, yeah, it should be, but is it ever going to go that way? No. I got news.
Not even once.
I got news for you, Juan, my boy. I don't know if I really have one of these. I don't like it, not in the way that it pertains to media anyway, or some other thing like misattributed quotes to one person when it really came from another. I don't think I really necessarily have one of these. What'll end up, I guess, I don't even know that it's rubbing me the wrong way, but just that maybe that I find funny or most interesting is when people, there are just sayings or idioms out there that people say wrong, like for all intensive purposes, like they'll say intensive instead of intense and purposes or something like that. Those will always those will always be like, all right, well, clearly you don't understand. you're just saying things you heard. You don't actually know what you don't seem to have cared enough to look up exactly what these things are actually, or like nip it in the bud, or I Googled a couple of them just to be like, whatever. Apparently people say a blessing in the skies instead of a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
I haven't heard that one, but that's wild.
I mean, if I heard these things, I would question it, but I wouldn't be like, why are you stupid?
I'm not saying why are you stupid either. I'm like, where did this go wrong?
where did we go wrong as a society?
I don't know. It does. Some of these just don't make sense to me. I don't know.
I think I'm kind of on the same boat as Christian, but not really. I feel like I don't actually have any pet peeves in this realm. I feel like I'd be the person finding the pet peeves in someone else by committing these heinous acts or whatever. I think the closest thing I could think of for this for myself would be in relation to wrestling, when it comes to people who are it's just oh, this guy invented that move. And then someone goes, actually, no, it was this guy, or this person made this move more famous, or it's really just a circle jerk of tribalistic people going, no, my guy did it first and better. No, my guy did it first and better. And that's really the closest thing I can think of for my own example.
Do people still do you ever get the why do you like wrestling, it's all fake anyway thing still?
Not in a while, but at some point I did. And
everyone has.
I would just tell people
wrestling.
It's when people tell me wrestling is fake, I'm like, it's not fake, it's scripted. There's a difference. The guy falling off a ladder, he didn't fake that, all right? That guy went through real class, all right? And he's an animal, but also I love him.
Right, and he needs protecting.
And also he needs to be protected.
Yeah.
I just tell people, bro, it's not fake, it's scripted. It's literally just a circus. Circus performers, rehearse their acts. Doesn't mean what they're doing is fake.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it. You might have the best rebuttal to that I might have ever heard, actually, saying that it's scripted and not fake. Because most other wrestling fans
far less triggered than the average wrestling fan.
Yeah. I think most other people that I know that like wrestling just go, yeah, but I don't care. That's the most of their defense.
Or they just go, yeah, what else is fake? Your favorite movie, your favorite TV show, your favorite video game. It's all fake. So what about that, huh? And I'm like, brother, it's okay.
I mean,
they're wrong, but it's okay.
Yeah. Chun-Li is real to me, Justin.
If you go to Comic-Con, you'll find a lot of real Chun-Lis.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think I keep going? No, yeah, I think that's the best I got.
All right. We did it. Hope we attempted to answer your questions, Zach.
Luke, I am your father.
Incroyable.
Quiet, Baron.
Yeah. Accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
Accoutrement. That fucking word's gonna plague me for a week. I swear to God. Every time I think of this very specific tool for this very specific task, accoutrement.
Oh, my accoutrement.
An accoutrement.
You're at work. Hey, Ezekiel, pass me my accoutrement. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What? And they'll be like, oh, yeah, you need the monkey wrench? No problem.
Yeah. And then some third party's like, what just happened?
Oh, fuck.
All right. Moving us on. Thank you, Zach, for the email. Love you.
Thanks, Zach.
Wahoo.
Patreon shout out goes to Taco.
Taco!
Heyo.
made this week with flour tortilla.
That's what I'm talking about. Soft shell taco gang.
That's what I'm saying. Soft shell taco gang.
Bro, you guys are doing it wrong. It's all about soft shell corn, bro.
Well,
No,
I mean, that's
absolutely flour tortilla. I'm not a corn tortilla guy.
I'm not opposed to corn tortilla, but flour tortilla is better.
I am much more of a flour tortilla guy.
Absolute nonsense.
I do like. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Continue.
No, please. This is very important. I thought we were done, but
I was gonna say I do like a corn tortilla for like tamales, but not for tacos.
Valid.
All right, now I'm done.
Moving us on to the Garb Gab, baby.
All right, I say Justin has to do it because he's been gone for too long.
I agree. So, Justin, I've filled the Garb Gab this week as the holder of it. I require you first put on these gloves.
Wait, you let him put gloves on first? How is he supposed to get the hep?
The what?
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry. No, who?
Nothing. Sorry, I'll stick quiet.
Okay. Well, disregarding that, I was gonna say I've filled the bag with pieces of dry ice engraved with the Garb Gabs on them this week to simulate Brook's ice cold powers. And
valid.
So I got the coldest substance that I could get my hands on short notice. So yeah, put the gloves on so you don't end up with a cold burn, and pick one out for me.
All right. Just gonna. Oh, this is weird. I never touched dry ice before. I've only seen them in demonstrations during class.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Look at this chunk of not space rock, and it says rain check.
Rain check. Hey, it's been a long time since a rain check.
Double question night. All right, let's do it.
All right. So question here is two-parter. It can be answered as easily or as more complicated as you wish to do so. And what we have here is question one: why, in your opinion, why do men like Zoro? In your opinion, why do women like Sanji?
I have immediate answers to both.
Okay.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
Okay. Men like Zoro because he is the version of manhood that other men wish they were at a distance. He is the vision that, I'm just going to say it, men that don't see themselves with a very good light think real manhood looks like. That's what Zoro is. Now, to be fair, he's also like a pretty noble guy, blah, blah, blah. But they don't focus on the traits that make him human. They focus on the traits that make him angsty. And they think that that's what manhood looks like. That's why he's easy to rally behind, because he's the guy. He's the sword guy. He's strong. He's edgy. Anyway, that's why men like it. Why do women like Sanji? I think because Sanji represents imperfect men, but still emotionally responsive. And also, he cooks. And everyone loves people that cook, is all I'm saying.
You're right, though.
So that's it. That is literally the answer. It is easiest question of my life.
First part, definitely easy. I mean, I am the target audience for Zoro. I like cool sword guy, first and foremost. And also, the typical like male programming of like, you want to be stoic, you want to be this, you want to be that, you want to be the gym bro, you want to be the guy who thinks he's hard and tough and stone cold or whatever. Especially for me, where I was very much a crybaby growing up, and while I cry a lot less often now, I'm still a bleeding heart. So I always, and for some reason, I mildly view that as a character flaw, ever so slightly. And so when I look at cool guy Zoro being like, yeah, man, I'm just a guy on a pirate crew, trying to be the best around in the world with swords. I'm like, wow, he's so cool. Why do women like Sanji? Genuinely, I don't know. This has always eluded me because, I mean, apart from the minority of women who just love a pathetic Twinkie blonde man who can cook and like just falls at their feet.
No, that's it.
Besides that, I don't know what the appeal is. So, and yeah, that's my answer. What do you got, Christian?
Swords go swish and Sanji go doki doki heart.
Christian, I'm pretty sure you just said exactly what we said, but with even fewer words.
Why say more words when few words do good?
Why say more word when few words do good to do trick?
Yeah.
I had this feeling this is going to happen since, we're all three men, relatively have similar-ish opinions or life experiences. So I don't know if you had more to say, Christian, before I segue to our...
I mean, the slightly fuller answer is I think more or less what Brendan said is kind of right, where Zoro just sort of fulfills this strong guy fantasy. And to put a more specific term to it, I guess Zoro is out of probably any of the guys in One Piece, he is the most self-insertable character. Like when you talk about protagonists, especially in anime, that are just kind of bland and don't really have a lot of personality to them, it's because it's easier for the viewer to insert themselves in their shoes and pretend like they're the hero. Zoro is that character in One Piece, like by far. There's really no other character that does that as well as him. So, and because a majority of anime watchers a majority of anime is tailored towards men, that ends up being why men probably like Zoro so much. Women probably like Sanji, because he is more emotionally in tune, I guess, is what I would say. He's more sensitive to emotion in the show, kind of like Luffy is, but Luffy's an idiot, so there's a little bit less of this specific connection. I think I would also say it's important to point out that women like Zoro and men like Sanji too. There's no there's no hard line here, but when it comes to this specific thing, I feel like
I think
it's probably somewhat the case. Maybe sometime in the future we'll get a real woman on the podcast to answer their side.
Wow, Christian, I'm not going to tell you right here and right now that we got a woman on the podcast. All right, we're 2 hours in, that ain't happening. However, I have the next best thing. And I got the opinion of a real woman, and not just any woman.
Oh boy!
Friend of the show, Melody, to answer the question for us with her own opinion.
Right,
it was way more.
Is there going to be nuance
this is a random
to this?
Question. Yes. There was a random question I asked.
You realize you asked the person that writes actual 30-minute long videos of character analysis videos this question. Of course, is this the person that you mentioned earlier had a paragraph for you?
Yes. And I should have seen this coming, but I didn't, because I asked this question randomly at
You're a fool.
my time.
You're a fool.
Like 4:00 in the morning, and I was just like, "Hey Mel, this is a random question, but I wanted to pick your brain on this, and I also might turn this to a segment. Let me know what you think." And then she wrote me a couple paragraphs, and I was like, "Oh wow, I didn't see this coming. Thank you, by the way, and keep writing to your heart's content."
I mean,
I was really expecting a 2-sentence answer for
no,
me.
you're insane.
Which is my mistake.
In bless her.
I'm the fool. But anyway, so I have me and Mel had a little bit of an exchange, but I took the bulk of her comments and split them up or whatever to quote her as best I can here. So to answer the first question about why men like Zoro, she writes, Zoro is the ideal male fantasy in regards to what men think men should be due to Western patriarchal views. I definitely butchered that word. Physically strong, stoic to them. I don't believe Zoro is, but whatever. Goal-oriented, loyal to another man, mind you, and overall masculine in appearance.
Okay, this is why men. We don't need your side commentary. Are you giving us her opinion or not?
Yes, I'm reading it word for word.
No, yeah, that was her. I believe that was her.
I can never write a sentence that long.
I thought that was you giving like your side notes.
No, this is all Mel. This is all good.
Oh, okay. My fault. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Excuse my outrage.
Where was I? Appearance. This is why men get so upset when Zoro has moments where he is either dumb, weak, or emotionally vulnerable, such as Zoro saving Sanji in Thriller Bark against Kuma. Instead of the idea that Zoro simply cares about Sanji, they'd rather believe it's because he believes Sanji to be weaker than him, and therefore must remove him from the situation. Even though that moment was about Zoro and Sanji giving their lives, some men turn it into a competition of strength because Zoro saving Sanji is a moment of emotional vulnerability, and care that they don't tend to want to appreciate, since that's not in line with the male fantasy. Similar moments, as well as Water 7 when Sanji kicks Luffy for mouthing off at Usopp. There's a lack of comprehension as to why Zoro didn't do anything there, because Zoro should be loyal to his captain and shouldn't allow a quote-unquote weaker man, who is lower in status, Sanji in this case, to kick him. Of course, this is because Zoro must, lost my line, must agree with Sanji that Luffy took it too far, but this is not in line with the male fantasy either, so they either ignore it, call it out, or make up some wild theory about why Zoro allowed, quote-unquote, such a moment to happen. For Zoro, it just comes down to a total male power fantasy. He looks the part and sometimes acts the part. They tend to push away his emotionally vulnerable moments to highlight his cooler, physically stronger moments. That's the bulk of her answer for that question. There's some more stuff, but I decided to omit that for the moment. Second part of the question for Sanji. And for Sanji, as simple as, because Sanji is like the boy version of how patriarchal views treat women. Women are raised to care about male approval, to cater to men, to make men the center of their lives, and put themselves second to men. Men especially write women like this all the time. Even women are guilty of it due to programmed beliefs. However, Sanji's focus is women to a major extent. Although Sanji is a perv at times, he still centers around women's approval, putting women first, being a women's support. He literally wants to do nothing but serve women and put himself beneath women. He is second to women in his life, and it's not due to any perverted beliefs, but due to his own distaste in men that he clearly has. He also refuses to hurt women to any extent, sometimes to comical extents, but due to the fear of male violence tons of women have experienced due to a lack of taught emotional maturity in men, Sanji's guarantee to not hurt any women can feel insanely comforting for many. Sanji is also very emotionally in tune, isn't afraid to cry or express emotion or show his vulnerable sides. He feels authentic in his help and his care for women, hence why tons of us can look past his worst moments, because we still care. Hold on, I'm having a stroke. Please pause. Fall like part of the seas. Lost my line. Where's my line? Sanji,
you can do it, buddy.
It's in the comforting.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm panicking. He
Just
feels
reread
authentic.
something you've read before.
He feels authentic in his help and his care for women. Hence why tons of us can look past his worst moments, because we still feel a heavy sense of respect from Sanji due to the fact that he has shown again and again he will do anything a woman tells him and tends to make the right decision in that regard. In essence, Sanji's line where he says, "A man always forgives a woman's lies," is a line men hated but women loved, because men automatically fall back on quote, "But what if she cheated?" For Robin in that situation, she was lying to protect her friends and protected herself. Same thing happened with Nami, Viola, and character I can't say the name of. All these women were liars, quote unquote, but it was due to protection of themselves or others. This is yet another thing tons of women have experienced in their lives, usually lying to avoid dangerous situations. So the idea that Sanji would forgive them, quote unquote, and believe them as a man without holding lies against them is very appealing and comforting. TLDR, Sanji puts women first to both himself and men, is emotionally vulnerable, and will not hurt any woman no matter the situation. I'm so sorry I butchered the second half of that question. I'm very sleepy. Thoughts, gentlemen?
No, I think she nailed it. Also, even though I don't say that part out loud, I think it hits an extremely important note home that he does literally put women first, and that includes above himself. I wouldn't say that out loud, even though I know it in my heart to be true. But since it's now laid out on the table, the dude has a very, very low opinion of himself. Most people are above himself, in fact. And I think that a lot of women would also find that endearing. Now, I didn't even think about the part where they find comfort in the fact that he would never hit a woman. And a lot of women would probably gravitate to that because then they would find a sense of safety in that. That's a thought I never even considered. But yes, I agree with all points.
I mean, I agree, too. I think there's a lot of good points in there that I probably wouldn't have thought of. The one that mildly surprises me is the lying one, I guess. I wouldn't have expected that too. And I'm not necessarily saying that Melon-T speaks for everybody, but
no.
I wouldn't have put that one I wouldn't have thought of that one, I should say, as like a drawing reason. Everything else makes total sense to me as to how it could be considered important, but that one, I don't know. But on the whole, yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense for both Sanji and Zoro. Her points about Zoro are very poignant as well.
This does make sense. I'm having a stroke. The Zoro stuff is easier for me to understand because I guess live it in some capacity. Like I'm not the worst of men in terms of like attributing toxic traits to Zoro and myself. However, I'm not immune, and maybe I still latch on to a couple here and there. So that just makes sense because I'm living it. The Sanji stuff went over my head because I'm like, I don't get it. Yo no comprende, senor. Probably because I just didn't give it enough thought. If I tried a little harder, maybe I could have gone to some of these conclusions. But it all makes sense. And while Melon T does not speak on behalf of all women, because no one's monolithic, I appreciate her input, particularly about the Sanji stuff, because, while she doesn't speak for all women, she is the Sanji expert as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
So there's a lot of good stuff in here. And this is a more tangential thing. While me and Mel were talking, I can't remember the exact thing she said, but she basically just said like, oh, because of like this line of conversation we're having, this is why I have an inherent distrust to anyone who like calls anyone else a simp, because there's this like implication that someone no longer respects you because you like respect a woman too much in their mind. Like you're putting a woman in whatever context before another man or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I get that. That puts into words something I couldn't verbalize, where I was just like, man, we've all experienced it. Like, God forbid you stand up for like your mom, your sister, your friend who's a woman, or just someone in the street. You get called a simp. They're like, oh, bro, she won't do this, that, or the other for you. It's like, okay, yeah, it's just called being a decent human being, bro. Have you ever heard of it? Have you tried it?
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. But yeah, that's today's rain check. Thank you for coming to Feminism 101 with One Piece of the Line. We hope you enjoyed your stay.
I love ladies.
I also love ladies.
Okay, I'm gonna take us out of here. While we're 2 hours in
ahead.
2 hours behind. Thank you for listening to our episode this week. Once again, if you'd like to follow us on social media, you can do so at Panda Sightings on Twitter and Instagram. If you would like to email us like our boy Zach did here, you can email us at pandasightings@gmail.com. If you would like to support this show monetarily like Taco, you can go to our Patreon, link for that in the description. If you'd like to get something tangible for it, you can go to our Redbubble, grab some stickers. They're awesome. I love them.
Terrible.
I've got a bunch of them. I put them on all kinds of stuff. If you would like to just join our Discord and talk to a bunch of other people, you can find the link to that in the description and or in the link tree of our social bios. And cut.
Incredible. All right, I'm done. I just gotta go to bed. I'm so
honestly
same.
I'm falling asleep in my chair.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna take the fattest nap before work.
You enjoy that 1 hour nap, buddy.
Oh, I'm gonna try so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Thank everybody.
Also, if you're like suffering in the nor'easter like we are, stay warm best you can.
Feeling
Unless you're in LA, be careful.
Bye. Oh, how do I stop?